Who world is this? Ray Diva. 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 Who world is this? Ray Davis. Who world is this? Ray Davis. Who world is this? Ray Davis. Who world is this?
Hey. Welcome to Ray Diva's World Podcast. I'm your girl, Ray Diva. Thank you guys for joining in. It's been a whole week since we talked, and we're going to get into some things. I got some really great co-guests, and they really like family and friends. These are, we go way back. So we got a lot of interesting topics. Y'all know an hour go by real fast, so we just going to get into some things. But I'm going to lay a little foundation for what the show is actually going to be about. So I was looking at some statistics, and it just really surprised me what I was reading. So, and it just dispelled some of the myths that I had in my head being a black woman. You know, we have these myths and these urban things that we hear, and we hold on to them as truths, but actually sometimes they're really not. So I was reading a relationship guide. They were doing a study on the statistics of relationships. And one of the statistics that stuck out to me is that Asians and Hispanics are the cultures that date outside of their race the most. So I'm thinking it's black people. No, it's Asian and Hispanic. So all these black men with white women, cut. It's not the black men. Also, the statistics were saying that marriages are up universally, like all over the world. Marriages are up. Divorces have actually decreased. So a lot of times we had these myths when we looking on social media, like everybody is cheating and breaking up, and that's a lie. They cheating, but they not getting divorced. So they out here cheating and they're not getting divorced. Now, with that being said, the divorce rate is high among black women, though. They're saying among black women get divorced 31%, 31 to 1,000. So that means for every 1,000 marriages, 31 of those people black women are getting divorced, which it didn't surprise me because I feel like it's a lot of narratives out there being painted, and a lot of black women are being drawn into these narratives. So I'm like, I could see that how black women are getting divorced higher than anybody. But they also ran down some statistics on who's not getting divorced. Mm-hmm. So if you want to stay with your man, or if you want longevity in your relationship, then you might as well become a Mormon, because Mormons have the lowest percentages of divorces and the highest percentages of marriage. That actually shocked me, because I would have been like, not Muslims, not Indians, no, Mormons. So if you're trying to have a sister wife, or share your man, or drive a horse and buggy and wear a hat and grow your own food, you want to get a little food stamps and stampy, become a Mormon, and your relationship will last. Now, with that being said,
all these things sound very attractive at my age.
Oh, really? Being a Mormon?
I'm about to be a Latter-day Saint.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, you could have the multiple women. You know what? I'm not against it. I'm not against the multiple women type thing. But let me just introduce my guest, my co-host. On to the right of me, we have the infamous Henry Jones, comedian Henry Jones. Next to me, we have the savvy Mr. comedian Larry Lancaster. And to his left, we have the hottest DJ in this city, DJ Arod. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
What up?
How y'all doing?
I want to know why he got savvy and I got infamous like my shit.
Well, you know why you got infamous. All we gotta do is bring your backpack around this. We bring that backpack up here, you gonna see infamous. So while I was reading that, I'm like, okay, so now y'all know what the big story is. It's the man Dookie. Well, not Dookie. What's his name? Nia Longs.
You know that man ain't Dookie. Even if you ain't know what his name was, you know.
I mean, I ain't know how to pronounce it. What's the man name?
I don't know.
Emu Dookie.
We gonna find out.
Is it Ame or?
It's Emu.
I think he has an African name.
Y'all already know. He's Nigerian.
Yeah, he's Nigerian.
He looked like Drake Favre.
Right. Exactly. I was surprised.
Not exactly like Drake Favre. He looked like he could be Drake. He a light-skinned brother, man. He looked like he was Nigerian to me. But I know Africans come in all shades, so I don't want to sound ignorant.
Right, but you know, for the most of the darkest shit. Yeah. So anyway, so with that being said, you know, him and Nia Long,
He looked Ethiopian more than me.
Did you watch this guy play ball or whatever?
When he was in San Antonio?
He didn't play that much. He wasn't like a star or anything like that, but he was an NBA player.
So where does all his notoriety come from then?
The fact that he was an NBA player, now he's an NBA coach.
Okay, so that's a big deal.
Listen, I don't care if you a trash man, you're going to have groupies.
Right.
Somebody going to like you because you put the can back in the yard and put the top back on.
Especially if you drive the trash truck.
Right.
You know that's the higher up. The driver is the one, you don't put time in.
What determines the type of groupie you have is how much, what your notoriety is in your profession. But it's always going to be somebody who admires what you do.
Okay, with that being said, even if you have groupies, it's still no excuse to cheat. Let's start with that.
Let's define cheating.
Cheating when you sleeping around. You know what the
right? Because some people might think text messaging might be cheating, and some people might think it's not.
It's consensual, but it's still cheating.
What you mean consensual?
Meaning all of these parties agreed to having these relationships,
except the wife.
Except right.
That's what makes it cheating.
Right.
Well,
Mr.
actually, they wasn't married though.
They not married. Him and Nia Long are engaged.
But the person that he cheated with,
both of them
she was married.
Yeah, she was married.
Well, here's my thing. If you make a commitment to somebody to say it's just going to be me and you,
exactly,
that's still cheating.
Right.
You don't need to be married for that because that's still a commitment. But we don't really know the parameters of their relationship. Nia Long might have said, "Hey, it's okay."
Just
she didn't say that
in
public.
Right, but who says it in public? Besides Will and Jada?
She need to say it in public. You see all these love letters and sad notes and poems these women writing to Nia Long on her side. Because here's the thing.
She didn't ask for none of that. And sometimes when it's a personal matter, which it was made public, I don't understand why we even talking about that. Now I understand why we talking about it on podcast.
Right.
But why it became such a big story, like he the only person that ever cheated. Like this should not be news.
I don't think it should be public news. And before we go any further, because I feel like they always want to vilify the black man. Mm-hmm. The women Kathleen Lynch and Allison Feaster, yeah, y'all too, y'all out there too. Because at the end of the day, I feel like these are the women he worked with that he cheated with. Now, one of them, Kathleen, I believe, is the wife of another vice president of this. What league he coached for?
The NBA.
Boston. I mean, you act like I like. Hold on, you act like I like watching basketball. I know these people.
You don't have to drink Coke and Pepsi to know about
it was the and one league.
So she's the wife to one of those people, and then this lady Allison Feaster, which is a hell of a last name to be caught in a scandal. She was a WNBA player.
Oh, really?
Yes. So one of them was white.
With her too?
Yes, and one of
them
was
black. So I'm sure her wife is not pleased.
Oh, you.
Hey, yo. Listen.
I don't even know.
You gotta be quicker than that.
I don't even know if she's married to a woman.
I'm just crazy. I have no idea.
Yo.
So anyway, they suspended the man. I'm in agreement with the suspension.
Right, because you're a female.
No.
And I hate to sound like I just came home from jail calling you a female.
No, wow, really?
You're a woman, and y'all, anything that is just trigger, the man cheated, and now he should be suspended. Listen.
He an embarrassment.
Okay, period. But more so to his wife.
Niggas cheat every day, B.
Anything.
She has said something. She said she was blindsided by this man.
And I'm almost sure he's not the only person on that whole entire organization who fucking around.
I'm sure that's not the case either. However, he got the most attention because he messing around on a TV actress.
What?
Yes. Like all the other guys could be with some thoughts or some damn Instagram hoes.
So you're saying because she was a celebrity, she was a celebrity.
Nia Long.
Oh, you mean that one.
Right. Okay. So of course his situation is going to be
which one we was talking about?
No, the way she worded it, I thought he was cheating with a TV actress. No, he's cheating on a TV actress.
So that makes it worse because he's cheating with an actress and not like
Right.
Never, like if she was something else?
Yes, because it's going to garner more attention.
Why?
Sometimes if it doesn't garner attention, people don't care.
Well, that's a price.
To the limelight that people like, oh, we got to do something. He signed a code of conduct. They have it. You're not supposed to be sleeping, fraternizing, cheesing up with your coworkers.
All right, so who is the coworker? Did they say her name yet?
Kathleen Lynch.
That's the one who got coworker.
It was two.
No,
it was two.
It's two of them.
It's two of them.
Yes. And more.
But hold up, who was the one that booked all the travel for him and Nia? Because that's the one this whole scandal is about.
Probably probably Kathleen, because her last name is Lynch, and you know that.
Right now, here's what I'll say: if he signed one of those code of conduct disclosures, then it becomes the team's business.
Yep.
That's what they said. They said they all signed it.
Now, I don't agree with that type of thing. I think these are personal affairs, and I do understand why they make people sign these code of conduct things, because it's about branding and things of that nature. And fraternizing in the organization can disrupt the ultimate goal of an organization, which is to win.
Right, because think about it. What if she'd have got pregnant?
Okay.
And then she got to take this little black baby home to this white man. If she married to a white man, I don't know who she married to. I'm assuming he's a white man, because most of the men in power in those national leagues are white men.
So is she white too?
Yeah, she's white. So
and
he did a double whammy.
So what happened?
And the plot
So did she get suspended?
No, we never heard about these two women getting suspended.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And they probably won't.
It's like they vilified
Here's
him.
probably why. If he's the head coach, he has more of a position of authority.
Right.
So it's not necessarily fraternization on their part. It's fraternization on his part, because he has the imbalance of powers. And this is why they make stuff up like this. You're not supposed to fraternize. Fraternization is basically when superiors have inappropriate relationships with subordinates.
And make them feel like they have to keep their jobs.
And then that kind of thing creates a problem. If it's the guy in the mailroom having sex with another chick in the mailroom, it's really not that much of a problem. But when you add the power to it, then you get favoritism, you get different things that can happen. And that's why it's an issue. Especially for a professional or corporate organization.
I feel like he must have been packing.
Packing what?
Packing in the pants. I feel like he was packing in the pants.
Okay.
Because these ladies had nothing to gain other than sexual gratification by messing with this man.
I don't think that's a lot of times people cheat simply because they're attracted to each other.
Right.
And something's going on at home. Maybe they're not happy or whatever. It's a multitude of reasons why people cheat. It's not that I don't think they necessarily do it thinking they're gonna move up the corporate ladder. I don't know what he could have done for them or how he could have helped them move up. But a lot of times it's just pure. We at work, we spend a lot of time together. Right. You cute, I'm cute. My husband ain't paying attention to me, or my wife don't give me head when I get home. It's a whole lot of stuff.
Nah, he packing. He got a big whammy, and these ladies is sized over him, and so is Nia Long. But I felt, and I read a story where Nia Long had made the comment that marriage wasn't like her priority. And then that's when I started looking at it different, and I was like, well, maybe that's why he cheating.
I don't think he's cheating because she don't want to get married.
Right.
Well, she might act like she don't want him.
And let's say
you know, men need to be
when men
needed.
cheat, listen, we can't blame the woman, because you could be perfectly happy with your woman, love her to death, and still cheat on her.
Nah, I ain't with none of that.
I'm telling you, Ray.
That ain't right.
Ray,
I ain't with none of that.
I'm not saying this. See, Ray, this
that don't mean
That's
just because you ain't none of that don't mean it ain't gonna happen.
Ray, listen to the man.
I listen to y'all black men.
Y'all always want to know why men do the
listen
shit
to
we
y'all
do,
black
and then when we
men.
tell y'all, if it's something you don't want to hear, then you just shoot it down. And that's not really how you learn about the opposite sex.
Okay, so everything is perfect.
And a man will still fuck around.
I don't believe that.
You know why?
You're a
Because it's
woman.
different for women. Women
Not
only
perfection.
cheat. Ray, listen. Women generally cheat when something's wrong. Now, you got a couple hoes out there who they can be with the perfect situation and still gonna throw the coochie around like it's a frisbee. But 9 times out of 10, the average woman, if she's satisfied with her mate, she will not cheat. Now, A man could be completely satisfied and he will still cheat, because I think we just need to be honest about the difference between men and women. We talk about what's fair. What's fair is relative to who's in charge. Men generally can have sex with women with no emotional attachment. We're very visual and we can just fuck and move on. Now, generally speaking, when women have sex with somebody, even if it's not originally an emotional attachment, it's gonna become one, because that's the way you guys are made.
Listen.
So when a woman cheats, it's generally for a reason. When a man cheats, it's because it was available.
You cheating on perfection. There's something wrong. She got a big toe that's longer. Something's
Yeah,
going on.
it's what's
You're not
going
gonna tell
on
me
with us.
perfection.
It also had to be the
So
woman.
that means that something's wrong with you. If you cheat on
And it doesn't-
perfection,
listen,
then it's something
it's
wrong
the
with
way
you.
we're made. First of all, we were made to be hunters and providers and conquerors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't attach the same emotional attachment to sex. You guys, if you get pregnant, have to carry your baby for 9 months. So of course that's more of an emotional attachment, and you have more at stake during the sexual process. We don't. We can drop out seed and move on. We don't have to be involved.
I get that, but at some point, a woman and a situation has to be more important than your sexual desires. If not, then you have no self-control, and then that's a problem with you.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. There was a disease called AIDS,
Okay.
right? Which people knew if you got it through sexual contact, you could die. And guess what? Motherfuckers still fuck raw. That's
To
how
this day,
strong the urge
matter
is,
of fact,
right?
statistics is on the rise. That
So
HIV is on the
when you
rise.
consider I'm willing to risk my life for this feeling, a family doesn't really hold up to that.
Yeah, a family does. A family should hold up to that. Come on now, don't do that. Don't be that guy, because at some point a family has to hold up to that.
I'm not
at some
saying
point.
you're not right, Ray. I'm
Okay.
just saying what it is.
Okay, because at some point, your kids, your life, your wife, your status, wherever you are in life, your peace of mind has to be more important than a piece of pussy. You're not going to tell me that at some point that part of you doesn't, the pussy don't outweigh your life, is what I'm saying.
I get it, Ray, but you can't add none of that shit up on the calculator.
You can. It's 1 + 1 = 2.
None of that shit adds up on the calculator.
1 + 1 = 2.
People are
They different. They made different.
Sexual, lustful beings.
We
I think
are.
we forget we were put on this earth to reproduce ourselves. So that's why the sexual urge is so strong, particularly for men. And this is why it's a numbers game. For every one man, it's 7 to 8 women.
It's changing, Larry. You've been holding on to these stats for 20 years. It's changing,
I'ma tell you
Larry.
how it's changing, right?
The white man wrote it down. It's more boy babies being born now. So that's not going to be a reality forever.
Maybe for them. And you should never accept what your enemy gives you.
Oh, no, but it's not that. Well, okay, now you're talking that enemy shit, but
No,
the
what
enemy
I'm
made
saying
y'all
is-
motherfuckers go out here
Hey,
cheating
yo.
all the
Trust
time.
their statistics, because they can make numbers say anything.
Well, no, but what I'm saying, and the enemy say black people not even the ones reproducing the most.
Because we've done enough. We
ain't done enough.
They'll never catch up.
We 13% of the population in America.
That's what they say. When you
Okay.
talk about people of color, we outnumber them.
Right, in
And
the
so-
world.
And so the thing is, they'll skew the numbers and make you think they're still a majority. Why do you think most of the time when you turn the TV on, you see a white face? That's an optical illusion to make you think that it's still all about them.
It
But
got
when
nothing to do with them owning the
They
station.
had a show called ER, right?
Mhm.
Anybody watch ER?
I watched
You
ER.
seen those doctors?
Right?
Go to a hospital and tell me what the doctors really look like.
It
It's a
depends on
bunch
where
of
you
goddamn
go.
Africans, Asians,
And Filipinos.
and Filipinos and
All around.
Middle
Yeah.
Eastern people.
Yep.
But when you go watch TV, you see goddamn George Clooney and McDreamy. That's what the doctors really look like. It's an optical illusion, and they use the TV, which is one of the tenets of white supremacy, to convince you to think that they are the majority.
So, okay, we're not going to have that discussion today, but we already know
I think
y'all.
we just did.
Well, we're going to know, because we can't go on to that, because I don't agree with that. I think that it's more to it than that. But anyway, but we got to go back to this man cheating. And they making a big deal out of it. They villainizing him, and they suspended him. And a lot of people don't agree that he should be suspended, but I do agree he needs to be suspended. I think he need to be fired.
So what's gonna happen to the women?
They need to go too.
Okay.
But you ain't say that with the same passion and conviction.
Right. I mean, they can go.
I don't know the ladies. Right? I mean,
you don't know me either. You went to school with this nigga.
I don't know, but I do know that I feel like, at the end of the day, you was up here smashing this white woman on Nia Long. I don't like you. So let's go. Let's move.
No, Ray.
Is it the fact that she cheat?
No black woman bullshit like that.
Right, this white woman.
Like a female Kevin Samuels.
I don't like you.
You can't just say that, Ray, because see, this is the problem. You're speaking from an emotional place.
I'm really not.
And
I don't like them.
The goddamn edible that Lou has gave me. And I'm trying not to talk so damn much.
I'm quiet. My hand's shaking right now.
Are you serious?
I'm having fun though. We gonna get through this shit.
Yeah.
So
we gonna land this plane.
So the plane has been landed because it takes us to the next topic, and that is the baby. Now, the baby just released a song.
I got her pregnant too. Oh, you talking about the baby? I was like, God damn, he cheated and had a baby.
The rapper, the baby.
Forgive me.
The rapper, the baby. Just put out a song stating that he smashed Megan Thee Stallion a day before allegedly she got stabbed by Tory Lanez.
Stabbed?
Shot.
Ricochet.
Women always downgrade with that.
Shot in the leg, the foot, the ankle, whatever happened in there, we don't know.
Which
because
is allegedly.
Right. Allegedly. But my question is, I think it's a sucker move when men, sleep with women and tell like that. I don't like it.
I agree, right?
And I think that's like a real bad character flaw. Like, why are more and more men doing this?
I agree with that.
Is it like clout chasing?
I know a lot of women that do it too, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of women that does it.
From women. When men do it, it's some bitch shit. I'm sorry. I think that when
and I think because
Henry, you ain't saying shit because you do shit like that.
She said when men do it, it's some bitch shit, and I think it's not a big deal with women because they always bitches.
Well, that's what we do. We talk. We run our mouths.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you waited 3 years to make a record to say that you slept with this woman. It's almost like
he didn't say that. He just alluded. He just
said
what
that.
were the actual lyrics? Because I haven't heard.
I don't know the actual lyrics, but he's saying that he slept with Megan Thee Stallion a day before she was shot by. And basically she did a show to say like, yo, I can do what I want to do with my body.
She can do what she wants, and she's absolutely right. She can do what she wants to do.
She can do what she wants to do with her body, but the fact that he brought it out, because I think the baby is a very petty man, to be honest.
So did it really happen? She confirmed that it happened?
Well, I mean,
she didn't confirm. I mean, she just pretty much said
she left it out there. She didn't say it didn't happen.
As slimy as that is, I don't think he would lie about it.
I think it's the truth.
The thing is, you got a lot of these guys who aren't raised by men. They're raised by women. They have a lot of animosity towards women because they don't really know what it means to be a man. And so what they're doing is pretending or imitating what they think manhood is without anyone to really show them. But that's a larger issue. Then you got single parent mothers who are faced with either emasculating the son and being almost over brutal to raise a man, or being super soft and raising mama's boys.
Yeah.
And so then you get men who don't know the rules of conduct because they don't have other men to teach them. First of all, when you had sex with somebody, act like you fucked before, act like you had your dick sucked before. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
And telling other people who aren't intimate friends is fucking lame.
So I think it should be laws passed against it because I'm gonna tell you why. I think that telling people that you slept with people in public forums is just is like an equivalent to revenge porn. That's illegal.
Right.
So
it's usually way more damaging to the woman than it is to the man.
Right. So I mean,
so is child support in reverse.
Wait a minute, hold on, pause. What about child support?
I'm just saying, for every action, there's a reaction. for everything that's fucked up, there's something that's equally fucked up.
Right.
So just like it's more damaging for the woman when a man says he has sex with her, then child support is more damaging to the man. So we can't make everything equal.
I just think it looks weak of men because it's becoming a thing.
Boy.
Like, it's becoming a thing that men are, you know, running their mouths like this. Like, I just think it's a thing. Like, I don't like it.
Because even our boy Irv Gotti was running around talking about
Ashanti.
I had sex with Ashanti.
You know I ain't like that shit. I don't try not to curse. Y'all know that's my wife.
Right.
Y'all know that's my wife.
These guys call themselves gangsters and can't keep their mouths shut.
Like,
Isn't that the first tenet of being a gangster?
He was hurt.
He was scorned. Yeah.
I get it.
He was hurt about that.
I get it, but you got to manage yourself a lot better than
Right, because these people are speaking on big platforms in the public. Like, yo, I just think that's some bitch ass shit. When men start running their mouths like that, and then y'all wonder why women gay, because y'all be acting
But here's
gay.
what I'll say about this, Ray.
Women ain't gay because I told your business.
Think about it. What's Megan Thee Stallion's brand? It's sex.
It is sex.
And being a female, basically dominatrix. I do what I want. I fuck who I want. They don't have money. Fuck them. It's all this
she
male
that
energy coming from a female source.
Right.
So you can't be surprised when people disrespect you. If you always half naked, if you always selling sex, and then you try to act like that's liberation. Liberation was fucking my girl Rosa Parks not sitting down on the bus. Liberation was Maya Angelou. Liberation used to be Angela Davis and people like that.
Right.
Now these girls think they can do some whole shit and then try to hide behind the fact that it's liberating. Why does liberation for us now always involve some whole shit? Like Lizzo running around showing the back of her ass. Her ass look like oatmeal boiling.
But
and
you
you go
can't
to a
say
basketball game.
You can't say nothing about it no more though, because now you bullying. Everything is classified as body shaming and bullying. But what I will say about Megan is, yes, her music is like that. And I just wanted her to have, why didn't she have that same energy when she was signing that 360 deal with Carl Crawford and he promised her nothing? It's like we have that energy for the wrong stuff. We want to have that energy about fucking, but when it comes to this paper and these contracts, we don't have no energy. We sit up in them offices like a bitch. So yeah, but I'm just saying, even with all that said, I don't like that he came out and he put that out there to the universe. And I don't like that more and more men are doing it. I think it's some bitch ass shit. And I feel like it's indicative of the culture. Yeah, they talking like women. If women and men are talking alike, what's the difference?
Well, we've seen that the lines are being blurred a lot. Now it's even a debate as to what a woman actually is. And so I guess
we ain't doing that.
Yeah, but we have done it.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
When Macy Gray said, you know, okay, if you want to be a tranny or whatever, a trans woman, then that's your business. But you can't really, I'm a real woman. She got a lot of backlash for that. So now they convinced us to participate in their fucking psychosis where you can't even say what the pronouns are. I'm not calling one motherfucker they. I know one person when I see one.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So whatever you want to be, pick it and I'll oblige you.
And here's the thing though, if you got on a wig and makeup and high heels and a dress and you got your titties done, the ass shot, and you start talking about bitches, I'm more receptive to it. But I don't want you to be no gangster rapper doing no bitch ass shit like kissing and telling and acting like a whole nigga. You are anything for the streets ass nigga, and once you start blurring the lines between gossip, you gossiping. Like everything that man does is extra. The baby has been extra since he came out. It started with him shooting and killing somebody in Walmart. Then he had somebody in his backyard he shot. Then it was Danny Lay. Then it was whatever. Now it's Megan Thee Stallion. Then you talk about people with HIV. Then he talk about people with AIDS and some shit like that. It's like, yo, when they gonna sit this nigga down?
Well, he pretty much kind of got sat down from what I understand when he said something about the LGBTQ community.
I just don't feel like, it's cool for men to be going in these public platforms talking about their sexual escapades with certain entertainers.
But
y'all
haven't
like, shut
rappers
up.
been doing this for a long time?
Not really. Not like this. This is a turn off.
Yeah, rappers
Who
been
been
running their
doing this?
fucking mouths for a long time.
But they wasn't doing it on
Especially gangster
camera.
rappers.
They weren't doing it on camera.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I
Mike
just think
Tyson,
they did it before we had Instagram and all this other stuff. So
okay. Allegedly, Mike Tyson gonna pay somebody $10 million to marry his daughter.
Tupac, perfect example. Talked about fucking Faith.
That's because he was in beef with her.
It don't matter what the
ex-husband.
reason was.
Well, then that's casualty of war.
Because I'm sure the baby had his reason.
It's all is fair in love and war.
Oh, now it's all is fair in love.
All is
Yeah,
fair
Pac
in
did the
love and
exact
war.
same thing.
So you don't have the same energy for Tupac that you had for the baby.
No.
So the Tupac,
Because I feel like Tupac was on some I'ma hit you back. I mean, I'm just.
Hey, yo, hold on. What kind of gun was that? Hold on, do that again.
For what?
Yo, do the gun sound again.
But why use a woman to do that?
Because
Isn't that the same thing the baby did?
Because somebody he wanted to hurt that man really, really bad.
And
What better
the
way to
baby
hurt a
maybe
man?
wanted to hurt Megan by saying
Okay,
it.
true.
Or her boyfriend.
Okay, you make a good
The
point.
reasons are the same, right? But it's not the same energy.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about Mike Tyson allegedly
You went from
offering.
Niagara Falls to a ceiling fan. Real quick.
We're gonna talk about Mike Tyson allegedly wanting to pay somebody $10 million to marry his daughter.
What's wrong
Y'all
with
seen
his
that story?
Damn.
You seen his daughter?
No, I said what's wrong with her.
Yeah, it was sure. I think he
Why
got my
10
number and
million?
shit, so I got my.
10 billion, something got to be wrong with her.
Yeah,
I mean, she a big girl.
Listen,
I mean, it's a lot I want to say,
And
but
I
I don't want
can
to ever
see-
have to run
right,
into Mike
and
Tyson.
then that's what I'm
have to
thinking,
explain.
like,
410.
If you look at his daughter,
499.
it's like I don't want to have
I'm
to
with
fight her
A-Rod, like,
and
what's
you.
the problem?
Like if you see the daughter, I know a man is like I don't want to have to fight her and Mike.
Why she look tough?
She
I didn't say she was ugly. I'm just saying like
That's a very harsh term, right?
she probably can fight, and then you can't beat
Which
with
it
her.
sounds like another way to say.
let's see, Mike Tyson's daughter.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, pull that picture up, please.
No, I mean,
Y'all
it's
put it on our
alleged
screen.
that he's offering $10 million
Imagine,
to
first of all, we
any
haven't even
man.
confirmed the story.
Hey,
So
Mike,
we
the
all can
views-
get
the
ass
views
whippings
of
for
this-
no reason.
But
the
wait a
views
minute,
of
y'all.
Ray
But
Divas, and hers alone.
Hold
right?
on,
So
We
wait a
all
minute.
could potentially get knocked out
Listen,
for a
though.
fucking rumor.
But wait a minute though, y'all. Listen, I said alleged. But this is
Right,
the thing
after
though.
we even talked about it for 10
But
minutes.
wait a minute, this is the thing. Now you know Mike Tyson has a son that is transgender, correct?
50 Tyson?
No.
Oh.
This is the 50
Yes.
Tyson.
So is the daughter really
Don't do that, Ray.
Yo,
Don't
say
even
that
do
I
that.
shit.
feel like the Usher incident
Is the
all
wait
over
a minute?
again.
No, hold on. I'm trying to get the story straight, but Mike
Wait,
Tyson
is that's
had
her daughter? That's his daughter?
right. Is that a boy, a man?
Hey, it says his daughter. I don't know which.
Right.
I have
so
no idea. I mean,
he
I'm a-
defines his son as Mike Tyson calls the son by what he wants to be
Why
called,
am I just
and that's
hearing
a
this?
daughter.
I never heard any of this.
So so that might be a man,
Yeah.
and that's why he's paying $10 million.
Okay, Ray, but what if it's not?
I'm saying might,
No, I'm saying, what if it's not?
but it might be.
I don't think so. I
The
think
great
so.
debate.
Imagine being that person, hearing this,
I
and
don't
you're a
need,
real woman, and someone says you might be a man.
come see me.
I think she's a beautiful young lady.
I said she wasn't ugly. I said Mike Tyson has a transgender daughter.
But why do you have to assume it
How you
was
know
that
she's trying
one?
to chance?
Because he said it. Did y'all watch him on the
How many
Drink
daughters
Champs?
does he have?
I don't know, but he said one of them flew in to beat up Bootsy.
Oh, I heard about that. But
And I'm figuring maybe that's the one.
no, you can't pay $10 million.
He got 4 daughters.
Right, all right, but you can't pay somebody $10 million to marry your daughter, and it's really not your daughter.
No, yeah, that's why you gotta pay him $10 million.
No, but
Because
no,
your daughter is really a man.
that gotta be. You gotta say that up front. You can't.
Well, he don't address his daughter as
That's-
the daughter that's the man that turned into a daughter. He says his daughter. He don't never refer to his daughter as
As
a
his daughter.
man.
I don't think that's the same one though.
Listen, we gonna figure it out. Can we got somebody, we got an expert in here because listen,
Who that?
why would you Maria?
First of all, let's define an expert on what.
An expert on finding out, is that the daughter that's a transgender?
Oh, okay, all right.
Because Mike Tyson clearly said that he has a son that is transgender, that was mad when Boosie kept talking about Dwayne Wade's son, Zaya, daughter son, Zaya. And so he said his daughter,
Right.
he said his son, daughter
Yo, this girl.
was gonna come to the station,
I
flew
feel
in.
like seasonings in a white person's dish. I'm out of it.
Me too.
Hold on. And Mike Tyson said that the son, daughter,
that's what I feel like.
flew in to beat up Boosie. Now, mind you, if that's a pure woman, you wouldn't have to pay no one $10 million to marry no woman.
That's not
Any
true.
man.
It's a lot of rich people that's paying.
Fact check. Mike Tyson's $10 million for his daughter's marriage. Now, listen.
If it was the one that was transgendered, he would say I would pay $10 million to
He
somebody
ain't gonna
else.
say transgender.
Right.
He calls it. He don't consider
listen to
her
this.
transgender.
He could be saying, I will pay $10 million for her wedding.
Right.
No, he said
Mike
he didn't
Tyson
say no wedding.
Wait,
He didn't-
wait.
$10
the wedding and
million
honeymoon.
for his daughter's marriage.
Right. So listen, you don't gotta do that with no regular woman.
And this doesn't look like a very reputable
Some fake
source.
ass news right
I
here.
mean, it's fake. It might be fake news.
I don't
That's why I
trust
said
a
alleged.
news organization
But
that's also advertising UFC fights and tampons
That just further goes. This is might be a
and
transgender
hand
daughter.
products and dispensary.
So wait a minute. No, this fake news has hit the internet heavy.
Okay.
So
has raindrops.
So I'm saying that this may be the transgender daughter, and I only said that to say who married. Which one of y'all gonna marry her?
Right. This
For
is
$10
not-
million?
This is a
Yeah.
lot of maybes.
Slide on over. Slide on over, baby.
If my aunt had balls, she'd be my aunt.
Divorce the shit out that motherfucker woman. She'll never see me again. Mike be chasing me all my life.
Ain't no
Mike will chase me all my life, trying to get that money back.
And look, and you're gonna have to consummate the wedding that night. So,
Right,
Yo,
exactly. He gonna watch like
and
Chris
it's
I
Jenner.
got him.
Mike Tyson's daughter.
Yeah.
so when you go
You thought
I
R.
got
Kelly had troubles with Ron
Right.
Isaac.
Right.
run off with that $10
Right.
million, you
Run
went
off
to-
Oh, that's
with
a
that
nigga.
10 million.
This is
I'ma run off
Mr.
for the plug
Big.
twice.
What the hell is going on? My daughter's telling me.
The-
No, it'll be like, my daughter's telling me that with another woman. What the hell is going on?
What I'm saying is,
Melissa's not sleeping with her. What the hell you doing with her?
I believe it's her because
That's not the
I'm gonna
same.
tell you why. Because he said no man could beat his daughter.
His son.
His daughter.
She was born a
The
son.
edibles is crazy.
Right.
It's
Okay.
done.
I think it's his daughter.
It's done.
It's done.
That's not the $10 million daughter though. I don't think so.
I
You
don't
already
know.
said he got four different daughters, right? So
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
but
not
that one
You know, Ray.
looks all the way black.
okay.
I seen some of his other kids. To me, they look lighter.
Okay, can I say something? Listen, before I came here, I really wanted this podcast to do extremely well.
Hey, yo.
I wanted you to blow up
I know.
beyond
We was-
your
we
wildest
still
measures
gonna blow.
because you're my sister and I always want what's best for you, right? But after this conversation, I don't know if I really want that to even be a possibility. Because if we ever blew up, that increases the chances of Mike Tyson actually seeing his bullshit.
And beating somebody ass.
And then
Okay,
one
yeah.
day physically holding me accountable.
He not that guy no more.
Okay. Oh,
He-
what?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
So
ain't
did
see
they
him
cut
beat that
off
guy
his
on the
fist?
airplane?
But that guy was irritating Mike
That's
Tyson.
all right. So let
So
what
did
do you
you
think
did no.
No. He said he's not that
What
guy.
you think is more irritating? Some jerk on the airplane who's going out of his way to fuck with you, knowing he can't physically do anything to you, and you whip his ass on the airplane, or someone who does a whole podcast about your daughter or son or both.
I don't know. Listen, I seen the rest of the kids. This daughter looks all the way black. The rest of the kids look a little mixed. I'm leaning
if
towards.
It wasn't already bad enough.
This is a transgender daughter.
Ray goes deeper in. This is why we call you Ray Diva.
But wait a minute. I feel like, somebody would marry her for $10 million. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
sure
Ray.
Yeah, they'll marry her.
Next to weather.
No.
In traffic.
We moving on. We moving past the, cause we running out of time.
Yeah.
But
And
so,
to me, on Earth.
Yeah. So we live in the world of cat. Like everybody is fake and phony nowadays. Nobody is genuine. Everybody's doing stuff for TikTok, for Instagram to make themselves look good. So that's when we come into our wacky weirdo of the week. Our wacky weirdo of the week is Eric Smith. Now, nobody knows who Eric Smith is. I'm about to tell you. He goes into a pizza shop in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He orders Stromboli for $13, and he tips the girl $3,000 and says he's doing it a part of a Jesus challenge. Right? Okay. Everybody happy, they high-fiving. They had the restaurant and gave the girl the $3,000 or whatever, because he must have did it on the card. Mm-hmm. Well, 5 days later, he disputes the charge. The charge. Right. So I said, well, maybe he just realized that Jesus ain't had nothing to do with that Stromboli that he ate. But my thing is this, right? The company, the pizza parlor, has now filed a lawsuit against him because, he disputed the charges. This is my thing. At what point is credit card companies and banks liable? Like, at this point, I feel like the bank or the credit card company should have paid that $3,000 because he said that was the tip. Why would they then take it back? It wasn't like it was illegally done.
So what did he say? What was the dispute? Did he say somebody stole his card, or they
didn't say what the
them,
dispute was, but he disputed it and they reversed the charge. My question is, it gotta be some type of accountability. It shouldn't be easy.
No, it's not. That's why I said it depends on what the dispute was.
What could possibly?
He could have said
a $30 tip.
Yep, I left a $30 tip, and somebody added some more zeros to it.
No, that shouldn't be acceptable. That's not acceptable.
You've never made a mistake like that.
No, because they laughed and he talked to the people. They had a discussion about this $3,000.
Was it on TV?
He's saying I meant to leave y'all $3,000 tip.
Right.
At the time, and then
they was happy, excited.
I changed my mind. He might have thought, damn, they real excited about a $30 tip. But okay, who am I to tell him?
No, Larry. Don't try and get this man off the hook.
I'm just saying.
That's fraud.
Well, guess what? That's for the credit card company to decide. Right. And obviously, they decided what.
But people are doing this more and more often. They get your products, they get your merchandise, and then all of a sudden, now they want to dispute it. And these credit card companies are reversing charges. That shouldn't be that easy.
I agree with that.
It should be like, yo, you went into this restaurant.
But if I ever do a $3,000 tip, right, and I then decide, damn, why the fuck did I do that? Oh, you had an edible.
Yep. You weren't in your right frame of mind.
And then I come back and say, hey, man, I ain't mean to do that shit.
Nah.
I should really get my money back.
Consequences for being a drug addict. Nope.
Damn.
Nope. I'm not buying it. Listen. This man sat in his restaurant with them, overjoyed with them about Jesus.
Maybe
he put Jesus in it.
He thought it was a $300 tip.
No, that's $3,000 tip.
Well, he got it back though.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what you got to understand, right?
Yeah.
Here's what you got to understand, right? The credit card companies want to keep they want to keep people as customers, right? So they're basically going to side with the customer, especially when it comes to some shit like that.
And especially if you pay this bill on time, or not on time, but
I'm trying to figure out what
payments.
happened on the right side that we're not aware of.
What happened is, I noticed that there's two niggas sitting next
just had.
I'm sorry.
The whole
I'm willing to
joint.
bet you ate the whole shit.
I did.
Sandra, you gonna have a time editing this one.
I sit here watching. You pay attention how live you tab and rails like tapping over the leg.
He never does that.
I know he don't. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I already know what it is.
Not that demonstrative.
Hey, yo, these are gonna be the best bloopers.
Hey, look, I only had half, but he'll be half. About twice as big.
Maria looked at me like.
So,
and we drank the damn Ciroc. Like,
you had Ciroc too?
Yeah. I don't want to sound like the baby.
Hey, y'all about to say, y'all
because that kind of sounded like you fuck Ciroc too. And I was like, yeah, like I was, piling on.
I got a serious topic, but I don't even want to go into it because
you can handle it. Me and Henry are fully capable.
No, because
it might not be the way you want it.
You really don't have a lot of time with these two, so you better go
y'all are the topic though. This is the thing. Y'all are the topic.
Everywhere I'm going past like you saw a bad accident. Hold
on. Because the topic was about California actually putting in the drug that reversing overdose for all kindergartens through 12th graders into schools. And I'm like, y'all supplied the shit.
Right. So they supplying the cure. And that's normally how it works when they get ready.
I can't.
Right? We drop the drugs in the neighborhood, which is why your mother could OD. And you might be the only one in the house with her, even though you're a kindergarten. So we're going to give you this Narcan or whatever.
Narcan. No, this is called something else. But I just was like, how bad is it that now you got to be putting drug overdose reversal? Y'all got me sound like I did something.
It could be looked at as a sign of affection. Because at least they want to bring you back.
Yeah.
They sit them right next to the defibrillators.
Because it's a recycled customer.
Now... I can't.
They don't want to bring you back because they care about you. They just know you ain't gonna stop. So if they can save your life after an overdose, chances are you be like, I need some more of that
go
shit.
get the same
that's what
shit.
dope fiends do.
I cannot with y'all today.
You ever see somebody drop dead and a bunch of dope fiends be like, I'll have what he had. That happens all the time.
They do want the strongest of the strong.
That's why they name. You ever notice when you're in the hood, right? Mm-hmm. You walk past and a guy will whisper out some shit. That's the worst thing in history. He talking about drugs.
Right.
He like, I got that Katrina. Right? Mm-hmm. It's fucked up.
Because they want you to.
I got that 9/11.
Right. The more.
Got that Bin Laden.
The bigger the catastrophe, the higher you gonna get.
Got that George Floyd.
That's fucked up.
Right.
Yo, the George Floyd.
Well, it must be bad. A 15-year-old girl OD'd and died in the bathroom.
It was a whole lot of them.
Are we going to break?
That they had been with Jesus.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing education and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the Coyoteman Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancespecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
Ray Diva. Who world is this? Ray Diva. Who world is this? Ray Diva. Who world is this? Ray Davis. 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 Right. Who world is this? Who world is this? Who world is this?
And then
Live.
So we live.
some vinegar, you wouldn't be as bitter as Ricky Show.
You can't say we
said
live.
we was live.
We just said
Listen.
we was live.
He only put the tail and I'll explain it.
But like he said, he made us, so I'm gonna pay some homage to the person that made me.
Ricky nutted on the whole
Oh
comedy
my God.
and produced us.
I ain't gonna do my.
Sperm in a crop duster. Disseminated it around the comedy field.
So we're gonna end on a good comedy note. We had
Talk about my goddaddy like that.
right. We had a great show on Saturday night. I want to say, Larry, you did
You
absolutely
sound like she
amazing.
trying to salvage something.
I am.
Damage control.
You did absolutely amazing.
My hashtag.
Does it come to
So we're going. So we're
Mike Tyson might
global.
not see this,
We're
but I
motherfucker
know
gotta
for
go
sure.
back.
Mike Tyson gonna see
Mike
it.
Tyson might not
Ray
see
had-
it, but I know for
Ray
sure
had-
Ricky Shackelford will
We
see
fucked
this.
this show so bad. Ray had to go back in the past to find something good.
Hold on.
Because it wasn't today.
We're gonna go global. So people don't know we are in Baltimore. We had a great show at the Lyric. You know,
Yes,
we are
we did, Ray.
comedians and
Ray, you
entertainers.
did your thing. I was so
No,
proud.
you did your thing. And look,
No, you did
this
your
man
thing. Nah,
saved
We
the
sound like
did
two
show.
people complimenting each other on
you did
masturbation.
your thing.
No, but yeah, no, really.
You did your thing. No,
And-
you
and,
did your thing.
Larry was
But
the
Ray-
host, and Michael Blackson was the headliner,
Yes.
and Just Hilarious was the headliner. They had two headliners, and they didn't even have to do a Monique and D.L. Hughley.
Right. Everything went off without a
Everybody
hitch.
was smooth. Just had to come out and say,
Right.
"I'm the motherfucker."
The bitch is the motherfucker. She had to do none of that.
It was a young man that got booed, but
Okay.
hopefully you'll
Don't
mentor
say his
him.
name.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that happens. And that's.
And don't say it happened like it happened all the time, because that was iconic.
Right. It's happened to all of us. Now, we can't always predict when and where. You would like to think it wouldn't happen in front of 2,000 motherfuckers.
Right.
That maybe it would be something on a smaller scale, like a coffee house with 5 disinterested white people. But that's
hear
not what
music.
happened. Yeah.
Wait a minute. So
You
okay.
just as high as me, because I hear it too.
Okay, but wait a minute, hold on. Now listen, Larry. I've had the silent treatment from an audience. I've never been booed.
Okay. Well, that was their way of
That's
booing
an
you,
equivalent to booing, but
Yeah.
to me, when people reach down, like you said,
Yeah,
from
they
the
came from the
diaphragm,
diaphragm. It was operatic at some point.
and
It was
boo
like
you,
they had 2,000 what's his name? Paparazzi's.
right?
And they all decided to boo at the Met Gala. That shit was serious.
Look, they started.
They
It
had
started in the
they had
bleachers, and then
they
it
had
went
a
down to floor
conductor.
level.
Sopranos.
Baritone.
It was baritone. It was like I ain't never seen a motherfucker get booed with fingers in front of him.
Listen, it caught me off guard.
Hey, imagine what it did for him.
Listen, no.
You wasn't even out there talking about you got caught up.
Yeah, but what'll make a comedian uncomfortable is for you to be going after a person that's getting
Yeah.
booed on stage.
But it also could be better. Cause it's like, look, how low can you go?
No, I don't know. Because
Nowhere
but,
but up at that point.
right, but I will say this. I don't know. I dropped down damn near to the floor when I started hearing the boos like that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's-
oh God, what could be next? Like I really
We'd
did.
have rather heard gunshots to a comedian. Boos are worse than gunshots, because when you hear boos, you know you still gotta go on. Gunshots, everything is over. Like, it's okay, I'm out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it took me back to it wasn't traumatic, but it took me back to Atlanta when
It's okay to be vulnerable.
years ago, a comedian got booed, but Atlanta boo is different because Atlanta,
Because it's in Atlanta.
and yeah. So instead of booing, somebody would yell out, "Yeah, trick!"
Yeah, I remember you telling
It
me
was
that.
like, oh,
Like they was whipping a whole hose.
Right.
Saddle and a condom.
And it was bad. You know, it was real bad because the comic was doing terrible, and all you could hear was this yard trick in the audience. I'm at Uptown Comedy Club.
And they was the first to turn the music on you and be like, "Move, bitch, get out the way."
And they did that shit. So, and it was right before me. And I swear to God, I got into my set and I thought I heard a piece of a yah. A piece of a yah. I said, that's my time. I'm out of this.
I'm out of here.
You ain't gonna get me.
Out of here.
You ain't gonna yah trick me off this stage.
And what you didn't know is it was really just a German saying yes. One German person in the audience was like, yeah.
But the young man, he didn't get off. He had to get sugar, as you would say. He had to get sugar.
He got the sugar. When the last time we did a sugar?
Got them long sugar be like,
Tell them what a sugar is, because everybody don't know the comedy world what a sugar means.
It started with them two niggas down there.
Is if you're on stage and you're taking too long or you're not doing particularly well, someone, usually the promoter or whoever's producing the show, will signal to the DJ, which if you had a white show, you probably have no idea that there's a DJ at all of the black shows, right? It's mandatory. In fact, they'll pay the DJ before they even pay the cost.
Facts.
As if the comedians aren't the most important thing at a comedy show. But I digress. So anyway, the promoter do like this. And for some reason, the DJ knows exactly what that means. That means get his ass off the stage. And the DJ, being usually nicer than the promoter, will give him a warning. Chugga. And, comedian keep telling this joke, but he'll hear that and be like, now some comedians will get off. They'll take the warning. But a lot of comedians don't, and they'll keep going. Then you get another chugga. And he keeps going. And then at that point, the DJ will just and let the song play over your ass. It could be the Star Spangled Banner. It always got a chugga. Some kind of way they found a hip-hop Star Spangled Banner. Sugar.
I think some DJs are waiting for the sugar. Like, I think some of the DJs like to sugar people. I don't know why.
I actually hate sugar.
Yeah, see,
A-Rod don't like it. It take him a minute.
I'll do it, but I don't like it because then they looking at us like we just did it out of the blue. Like, we put them up.
I'm trying to start the after party. That's not what happens. The DJ be over there minding his business, right? Waiting patiently for the after party.
After party. And it's normally no after party, just him playing while people leave out the building.
Or a better name would be exit music.
There you go.
The exit music.
And then somebody will signal him and be like, yo, get this motherfucker.
It might be a head nod, or it might be a text.
Right.
I got a few texts like, oh, chugga this dude.
Right.
Oh my God.
And some motherfuckers who are so direct, they yell, get this motherfucker
off the
stage. They cut out the middleman.
So the young man got booed off the stage, but it was just it was just a bad moment. Because I was just like, but you went out there and you handled it so well because you're such a professional. I was like, oh my God, Larry is bringing them back. Because then you went into the bit about women and their first time.
Right.
And it was so funny. And I'm like, okay.
And thank you for that, Ray. But I really just didn't want to further the comedy at his expense. So I didn't want to go out there and be like, and this is a message to you older veteran comics. A lot of times we're very cruel. And I understand you may have your own motivations for it because you're like, oh, it's a tough business. We need to raise tough motherfuckers. And to a degree, I agree. But you knew how that shit made you feel. Here's your opportunity to make someone else feel better or move them in a different way. We can't always just do shit because that's what was done to us. And that's how you end the cycle of trauma. And now, the thing was, I didn't want, that was a deep-ass explanation for a nigga that got
Because whole time, I'm like, you shouldn't have had your ass on the stage. When I first read the lineup,
my motherfucking psychology degree with that explanation.
When I first read the lineup, I'm like, who? Like, I'm thinking of all of the
He just
black,
wasn't ready, man.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about all
ready.
the up-and-coming comics that could have been on the stage and had that opportunity. Yeah. And you want to get somebody because they got an internet following and they
it didn't
make
even
junkies
translate
famous?
to that. It didn't translate to that. And it was unfortunate because the guy got set up. Sometimes, though, you got to know when to say no. You got to know, yo, I ain't ready for this. You understand? Motherfucker pull you out the street and say, hey, I'm glad you're here. We got two trends that need to be separated right fucking now. Can you do it? Chances are you're not going to be like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But people do that with comedy all the fucking time.
Right.
And it's just as difficult.
It's more difficult.
You know? So just because somebody sticks an opportunity in your face and you shouldn't turn it down, sometimes you should because you know you're not ready. And then what happens is you end up showing everybody else that you're not ready.
And doing more harm to yourself than good.
It doesn't hurt your brand. Getting booed will never make somebody say, I gotta have this nigga. So you actually do yourself a disservice.
Yeah, but it was a great show. Shout out to Jess Hilarious and Michael Blackston. They did their thing.
Yes.
You know, it was a sold out show. I was told
it was a great show. Shout out to Quicksilver, DJ Kibi.
Yes, Kibi did so good.
And my man Dave Kowser who put it all together.
Yeah, and Dave Kowser who put it all together.
And I don't want to leave out some of the guys who may do some extra pharmaceutical shit on the side and put up some of the money. But I don't know you guys. So
right.
I'm just gonna say Dave Kowser.
And Dave Kowser and partners. That's what I said the other day. I said he got partners we don't know about. So listen, y'all. I want to thank y'all for joining me. Now,
Yo, I had a ball.
You ain't say but like one word.
Yo, I'm high.
Henry had that on his shirt when he got here, so he already ahead.
This your
that
fault.
nigga spoke before he spoke.
We gonna have a meeting after we go.
What brand are you rapping on here today?
Who is in this condition?
Hold on, no. Who's Leprechaun?
Oh, this is my man Bear's line. It started out with trap, but he started getting a couple dollars, so he turned trap.
It's when you sell dope in France.
And it's French.
It's
Oh my
Leprechaun.
God! Oh my God! No, just stop.
A trap house in France.
So thank you, DJ Arod. Thank you, Larry Lancaster, for joining us. And until next week, stay safe and join us again with another episode of Ray Diva's World Podcast. Peace out.
That was my favorite part, Ray.
Oh, wow, is that Ray Diva?
Y'all niggas.
Oh, wow, is that Ray Diva? Oh, wow, is that Ray Diva? Oh, wow, is that Ray Davis? Oh, wow, is that Ray Davis? Oh, wow, is that Ray Davis? Oh, wow, is that Ray